So, I'm Brannon Braga, and you got Tom Constantino, who's one of our producers and the lead editor on the show.
So, season 4.
Wow.
Anything to tell us?
It's people need to watch.
Need to watch.
It's up to the fans. It's up to the audience. We would love nothing more than to do another season, but we're kind of
Still waiting.
yeah. I mean, we still have 2 episodes to air.
Yeah.
And so
some metrics to go through.
Yep. But we'll see what happens. But everybody would love to do it again.
Seth, especially.
Yeah.
How has it been having these longer episodes now? How has it been having the luxury of being able to do a longer episode?
Well, from a writing point of view, it allowed us to do more expansive storytelling. The episode that aired this week is 90 minutes. So it really freed us up to tell more complex stories with more storylines, and being confined to 43 minutes it requires you to have a certain amount of discipline.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the main reason that Seth moved it to Hulu was to open up the running time, and you can speak to that.
Well, we had to sacrifice, some of the best scenes, for season 2. I mean, I'm saying this because the writers here, and I love them, and they're very tight storytellers. But having to lose the golf scene from an earlier episode, having to make decisions about, we have great actors, and having to cut their performances short to hit a clock. It affects, they've always been talented, but we're actually getting to see them shine now, which is a big deal. And it's like you're not using all your firepower when you got to cut.
And you get like the first episode, which was dealt with suicide. You don't want to be rushing to a Colgate commercial. You want to handle it with a certain amount of delicacy and depth that I just don't think you get when you're constricted.
You guys have taken Isaac on quite a ride this season, from that and then everything going on to Charlie, and then the Will There Won't They, Claire, and everything like that. What's it like been bringing him along that journey this season? Because I think that's been one of the brightest spots of this season.
Well, he's what you would call a classic science fiction character, and they're usually the most popular. It's a great tradition. The non-human characters are the most human, and so he's been a lot of fun to do. Seth always envisioned his story being a relationship story. In fact, it's a relationship show. If you look at Ed and Kelly and Bortus and Clyden and Isaac and Claire, they're one of the central relationships. And it's been it's an ongoing story. It's one of the best things about the show.
And also, too, getting to, obviously they've told more stories where we get to get Mark out of the suit because he's so expressive. And he's one of those actors that can actually perform through the suit, but having the opportunity to sort of see him and get into the minutiae and still maintaining the Isaac character.
It is amazing how well he did in his human form. It didn't feel like you were breaking a rule. Like he did. He's so perfect as his human self.
Now you know what he's been doing under the suit the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. And it was a bold experiment, because you normally would not do that. You would not, take a science fiction character out of their getup.
Yeah.
But Seth had great faith in Mark, and he nailed it.
Well, in addition to hoping that we get that season 4, are there other worlds or other aspects and directions you'd like to go? Like, as we're talking about the spin-off of the Orville, the core Orville story, or
You'd have to ask Seth that question.
Yeah.
This is his vision. I could watch Clyden and Bortus all day long. I could watch the Clyden and Bortus show, but in terms of any additional spin-offs or anything, that's a Seth question. Yeah.
But I could also watch Penny and Claire. I could watch Penny and Mark do a show as well. I could watch those two all day long. My favorite. I mean, I love them all. I mean, obviously I love Peter, I love Boris, I love Clyde, but you know, I'm very invested in the Isaac Clarke story.
I mean, what do you guys think? Is the longer format working for the show?
I think it lets you make those emotional moments breathe more than you did before, and I think it makes it more impactful. Yeah.
You look at, if you saw this week's, it was deeply moving. I think you had to earn it. I think you really had to get there with that Topa Clyde.
The timing. You couldn't rush the timing.
That's right.
That time I'm wondering, are they going to let Boris kick this guy's ass, or are they going to go soft? And when I saw it, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
His one good eye.
Yeah, no, we let that moment, we let Peter have his moment, and that's something that would have been sacrificed. He would have turned around and he would have went right in and started jumping, but because that took about 20-something seconds for Peter to make that turn. You can't have that kind of real estate on regular television, so it's a big deal.
How has it been having more time for the action sequences?
Oh, well, aside from expensive, yeah, no, it's one of those things, and Grant too, is like, it allows you to get into oh wow, that's good. It allows you to get into the minutia of the battle. I mean, we sort of started it in season 2, like the identity battle was supposed to be about 3 minutes, and then we all kind of lost our minds and expanded and added things, and whatever the dailies brought, Seth brought, but being able to like differentiate and allow action sequences to unfold in different ways is something you wouldn't once again be able to do on TV. That'd be a minute and a half and we're done. So it's great, yeah, but it's expensive.
Yeah. So fourth season we'd have a high bar in terms of those action sequences.
Yeah.
Really quickly, what's it been like introducing us to some different potential allies in this battle against the Kalon? We've seen a lot of different new species or other planets coming from. What's it been like bringing a little bit more in? And last question, please.
Well, fortunately, we saw in this week's episode, we went to the Planetary Union and the Council, and it was good. I mean, we saw a lot of different species. We saw Yaphet species, and it did feel expansive. It felt, and again, on a regular TV show with a regular TV show schedule and budget, you wouldn't be able to. We shot that at the Disney Hall in downtown LA.
Well, even like Bolivar, we wouldn't have been able to give him that kind of time. That scene goes on for quite a while, and I think there was a talk, and we do get another season. You may make an appearance again. We definitely set the seeds for new characters to have new stuff if we get more episodes.